Catholics in Pakistan are marking 7 years since Shahbaz Bhatti was assassinated outside his home in Islamabad. Bhatti was the Minister for Religious Minority Affairs and he was Catholic. He launched a national campaign to promote harmony among religions in his country. Our next guest was a friend of his. Nina Shea, Director of the Center for Religious Freedom at the Hudson Institute. Thanks so much for coming back and being with us, Nina.
Thank you.
You know Shahbaz, and I want to ask you if you know the real reason why he was murdered and what life is like for Christians in Pakistan right now.
I knew Shahbaz, and I last saw him just a few weeks before he was murdered. He was murdered because he defended Christians and all other minorities against the blasphemy law in Pakistan. This is the law that calls for a death penalty if you insult the Islamic prophet of Muhammad, or death, life imprisonment if you defile the Quran. So it's very harsh punishments. It's used to persecute minorities, particularly Christians and Ahmadis. And so he was defending a particular Catholic woman, mother of 5, Asia Bibi, and he was murdered for that.
And like you say, this is a problem when it comes to these blasphemy laws that's affected so many people, even Christians and their families, extended families as well. Shahbaz's brother met with Pope Francis in 2013 in Rome. Has the Vatican at all drawn attention to his case or to the plight of Christians in Pakistan in general?
Well, just last week, Pope Francis met with the family members of Asia Bibi, the woman he was defending. There is an effort by the family of Shahbaz Bhatti to have him canonized. And he really is a modern-day martyr. And when I met with him, he told me that he thought he would be murdered. He told me that the reason why he never married was because he did not want to leave a widow. And so he really knew the risk he was taking in speaking up for human rights and for religious freedom.
And of course, this is not just a problem in Pakistan. As you well know, all around the world, the problem of Christian persecution continues, and you've been covering this for decades. I know it's still so problematic, but have we at all seen any sort of uptick in terms of awareness? Do people now know about this?
Absolutely. I think the American people, according to recent polls of the Age of the Church in Need, cited Pakistan as one of the world's worst persecutors. There's a law, the International Religious Freedom Law, that creates a list of the world's worst persecutors by the U.S. government. And Pakistan is not on the list, but the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, which is an independent government agency, has recommended that it be on that list, and I agree.
What do you think we can do about it as just ordinary citizens?
Well, I think that we can certainly pray for these Christians that are to this day being persecuted in places like Pakistan, horrifically persecuted. Asia Bibi is still in prison since 2009 in Pakistan for nothing, for basically a vendetta against her by other of her field workers. She was a field worker. So I think praying, becoming more aware, and then petitioning our elected officials to do something about it.
All very good ideas. Nina Shea, Director for the Center for Religious Freedom at the Hudson Institute, thanks so much.
Thank you, Mike.